Have you heard today is a major day in bovine history in the USA? I'll tell you more about it, but first, have you heard today, February 18th, is National Battery Day? Now, you probably don't think much about these little power packs until your remote dies at the worst possible moment, but did you know the very first battery was invented by an Italian scientist named Alessandro Volta in 1800? Yep, that's why we measure electric potential in volts. I mean, without him, we wouldn't have our beloved AA batteries, car batteries, or that weird drawer in your kitchen full of half-used ones. You know what I'm talking about. This fact courtesy of nationaldaycalendar.com. Have you heard on this day in 1930, Pluto was discovered by astronomer Clyde Tombaugh? Not the dog, the planets, or not planet, or you know what I'm talking about. For decades, it was our 9th planet until 2006, when it got demoted to dwarf planet status. Poor Pluto. Imagine showing up to work one day and finding out that you don't technically belong anymore. Scientists might argue about its classification, but deep down, we all know Pluto's still a planet in our hearts. And here's a moving piece of history. On February 18th, 1624, the very first cow arrived in the United States. The first cattle in Plymouth Colony arrived in 1624, and they were brought by Edward Winslow. 3 heifers and a bull. This bovine beauty changed agriculture forever. Now, fast forward to today, and the U.S. is home to over 9 million dairy cows, producing milk and cheese and, yes, ice cream. Well, they don't technically produce ice cream, but you know what I'm talking about. So next time you enjoy a cheeseburger, wow, thank you, cow. So the next time you enjoy a cheeseburger, hold on before you get upset, veggie burger with cheese on it, thank that pioneering cow. And speaking of cows, have you heard about the first cow to fly in an airplane? I think one's going over now. It was on February 18th, 1930. A Guernsey cow named Elm Farm Ollie, EFO, made history as the first bovine to take to the skies in an airplane. But this wasn't just any old joyride. Oh no. Elm Farm Ollie was part of a scientific experiment to study the effects of high-altitude travel on livestock. And while soaring through the sky, she didn't just sit back and enjoy the in-flight entertainment. No, she produced milk right there on the plane. And to make this even more legendary, the milk was then parachuted down to the spectators on the ground. Imagine looking up and seeing cartons of fresh milk raining from the heavens. So the next time you're on a plane complaining about legroom, just remember, at least you're not a cow making dairy history at 5,000 feet. Hey, happy birthday to Dr. Dre. Today, hip-hop legend Dr. Dre celebrates his birthday. He was born on this day, February 18th, 1965. Dre revolutionized rap music, launched major careers like Snoop Dogg and Eminem, and he brought us beats so good they practically require mandatory head bobbing. Speaking of music, on this day in 1993, the #1 song on the Billboard Hot 100 was I Will Always Love You by Whitney Houston. And that's all for today's edition of Have You Heard? Like, follow, share, subscribe, and leave a comment if you learned something hilariously historical. I'm Troy W. Hudson, the voiceover with personality. Until next time, stay curious.